Welcome to the Scaringi Law Lunch Break. This is your time of the day to learn a little bit about the law while you enjoy your lunch. Who's in charge of the U.S. Department of Justice? We'll find out soon. U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions submitted his resignation to the president last night, one day after Tuesday's general election. The president immediately accepted his resignation. Interestingly, his resignation letter was undated. That's likely because he had written it long before and waited to send it until after the election. And his letter starts with, "at your request." So Sessions is making it clear the president asked for this. This is not something Sessions wanted to do. Trump tweeted yesterday, "We're pleased to announce Matthew G. Whitaker, Chief of Staff to Attorney General Jeff Sessions at the Department of Justice, will become our new acting Attorney General of the United States." Now, in his role as acting AG, Whitaker will now oversee Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into possible ties between the Trump campaign and Russia's effort to interfere in the 2016 presidential election, although we know there are none. Also, as you know, Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein has been supervising the Mueller investigation because Sessions had recused himself. With Sessions gone, Acting Attorney General Whitaker will take over the job of supervising Mueller, meaning Deputy AG Rod Rosenstein is no longer in that position, which is a good thing considering all of his stonewalling of House Republicans. Let's hope Whitaker reins in Mueller. Whitaker, prior to joining the Justice Department, wrote in a column, quote, "It does not take a lawyer or even a former federal prosecutor like myself to conclude that investigating Donald Trump's finances or his family's finances falls completely outside the realm of his 2016 campaign and allegations that the campaign coordinated with the Russian government or anyone else," end quote. Whitaker was arguing that Mr. Rosenstein needed to rein Mr. Mueller in so that the investigation didn't become a, quote, political fishing expedition, end quote. Of course, that's exactly what it has become. Whitaker has the power to stop Mueller from investigating Trump's finances and even to prohibit Mueller from subpoenaing the president. He may even be able to fire Mueller if he revokes the regulations that permit termination only for cause, or he could fire Mueller for cause, but then would need to prove grounds. Now, this morning, Judge Napolitano appeared on Fox and Friends and said Whitaker is not legally qualified to become acting Attorney General. So Judge Napolitano, legal advisor to Fox News, is putting out the idea that we do not have a valid Attorney General running the Department of Justice. That's a big problem, isn't it? Judge Napolitano argues there are only three ways a person can become acting Attorney General. One, if you're the Deputy Attorney General and the President signs an order making you the acting AG, and of course that's not what happened. Two, is if you already have a job in the Department of Justice that required Senate confirmation and you were confirmed. That doesn't apply to Whitaker. And three, it's a recess appointment, which is clearly not. It seems that the Fox and Friends legal analyst, Judge Napolitano, was referring to the Department of Justice statute governing AG succession. In that case, the Deputy Attorney General, Rod Rosenstein, would become the acting Attorney General upon the Attorney General's resignation. But again, that's not what Trump did. Trump is actually moving under the Vacancies Reform Act, which is a different statute, and that allows him to make an interim appointment. There's an option that permits the president to name a sufficiently senior official from inside the department, even if that senior official has not been confirmed by the Senate for the role of interim acting Attorney General, which is exactly what the president has done. Judge Napolitano failed to mention the Vacancies Reform Act, which does provide the president the authority to do what he did. If the judge were arguing his position while standing before a court, instead of sitting on the famous curvy couch at Fox and Friends, he could be sanctioned by a judge for failing to cite contra authority. But lucky for our friend Judge Knapp, he's not arguing in a case before a court. Well, how long can acting Attorney General Whitaker serve as acting AG? An acting official appointed under the Vacancies Reform Act can serve for up to 210 days, but longer and he serves while someone else's nomination to become Attorney General is pending. So, my friends, don't be alarmed by Judge Napolitano's legal advice in this matter. The president appears to be on solid legal ground in appointing Mr. Whitaker to serve as interim acting Attorney General. Well, that's about all the time we have today for the Scaringi Law Lunch Break. I hope you learned a little bit about the law. Thanks for listening, and enjoy your lunch.